Hello, it's Debbie from Australia and I'm here today with my November and December cross stitch update. I hope this video finds you well. November and December were a bit rough in this household. Apart from the normal time of year busyness, I've been hobbling around on crutches. Hopefully after test last week something can be done and I'll get my mobility back. Hubby has been crook. He spent Christmas night, well, Christmas Eve and Christmas in hospital. Came home day after Boxing Day. He was then taken back New Year's Eve. He is still in there, but on the improve, and I'm hoping he'll be home Monday or Tuesday this week in time for our twins' birthday at the end of the week. So fingers crossed. I have, of course, because this is now 2 months worth, quite a few to show, but I have worked on a lot of them on both months, so it's not disastrous. I have decided to try and combine, I've just combined them together rather than trying to separate them. So overall for the 2 months I had 4 starts and 7 finishes. Stitch wise, November I had 20,252 stitches. December obviously a bit more stress, 28,223 stitches. So I've got about 48.5 stitches worth to show you today. First of all, the starts. For one of the for the challenge group I was in last year. By the way, Happy New Year. I hope it's a really good one for all of us. I started the Mirabilia mask. I believe it was 2019. It will show on when I show you the picture. It was a freebie for an Australian retreat from Nora. This was for a challenge. I'm going to have a bit of a holiday for challenges next year, but I'm pretty sure probably halfway through the year I'll change my mind, but we'll see. This is where I got up to. Now the lighting isn't crash hot. I broke my ring light, but I still think, I think my issue is I've got a lot of light on this side. I've got less light on this side, so I may need another ring light over there just to hit the. See what I mean? It's very dark when I show it over there. I've tried a few things today, but this is the best it's going to do. So that is where I got to on this one. Like I said, it is Mirabilia mask. I started on the 29th of December. I have got, and you know what? I'll show you. Now I've started. I'm all out of whack. Hole 5. I usually do finishes first, so all my finishes photos are all queued to go. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. So this was the 2019, the Australian mask for the Mirabilia retreat here. So that's it against the finished project. I am going to pop back on these because the first thing and the most important thing I was so happy to show everyone. There it is. My grandson, my 8-year-old grandson, asked could he do some stitching, which I was more than happy to do. And he finished his. And we're going to set up another one. Well, look at that. Little Mario. It came as a kit from Spotlight, which is our sort of crafty store, one of the main crafty stores in Australia. But he did an amazing job. I drew, up bottom left, she says, looking at her hand, down top right, and he would work on it while I was while he was staying with us, and he finished it. He's very proud, and so am I, and I told him he can have it back once I've shown all you, because I was very impressed. His 5-year-old brother is working on the same one. Of course, at his age, he's got a little less attention span, but he'll get there. And we're just going to swap out the hat. Don't mind my hair. I'm not long back from the hospital. Oh, it looks really bad. This opposite thing really gets to me. We're just going to leave it. We're going to change his hat to green so he can be Luigi, I think. Now I am going to go a little bit backwards now, because I'm going to go to my finishes, because that's the way the photos are, and we'll do this other start in a minute. There was only 2 I can show you. The rest were Christmas gifts that haven't been, well, there's still people waiting to open theirs, so I won't show it beforehand. Okay, finish number 1, and the same with the finishes. There were several Christmas gifts, so I can't show these. This was this year's sale from Beautiful Stitches called Perfect Squares. This was my first big dive into specialty stitches. Thankfully with having Anne, who is Hooks, HOOKES on Instagram. She's the one that got us onto this. Kelly from Animal Instincts and myself. And with her encouragement, because it seemed every time I picked this up I lost my confidence. But there is my finished project. Obviously totally different colours to what was shown on the cover picture. I did a lot of swearing in my brain. I mean, there's some really complicated stitches in there, but when they're all put together, they do look amazing. And I'm very proud of this one. And rather than hold that one up, I haven't taken it off the Q-snap yet. I have got a whole heap of pictures. That was the last time you saw it, back in September. And that was 2 releases. So that was, got my piece of paper here. We started on the 13th of September. So you must have got the first 3 down from the top down were September. The 3 across the bottom were October. Then the 3 on the picture on your right, I think, were November. And all the little centre blocks in the middle were the last posting in December. This is mine compared to the one that the designer Anne-Marie Anderson-Mays did. Mine was done on 24 count Congress cloth in blue. Started on the 13th of September this year and finished on the 30th of the 12th this year. And I'm just going to flick through some of the blocks. Some of them are just, the effects are just so amazing. The design was so clever. Even if, go back one. Even if, sorry for that. Even if I did swear a lot, my husband found it very funny with the swearing. Wasn't bad stuff, but I did do a lot of pulling out because, you know, I wanted it to look good when it was finished. My next finished is finally Christmas Elegance. Some of you may have seen this already on Instagram. I've always loved this one. Excuse me, I'm just going to turn that over for safety. And here she is. Oh. Do that. I've tried to move the microphone. My son has he came in for when he came in and had a look at what he could do for the volume, and I'm also going to try and speak louder to help. But there she is. Oh, that's pretty much the right colours there. If I leave her there, she's lovely. There are so many beads. This part is nearly all beads. Some big pony beads. It's just all through. You've got all the greens, all the golds. And I was not going to do the sky, but then once I did a few, I thought, no, I was only going to do the big stars. But that is as charted. You can see her earring, beads all through her cape, and it is beautiful. Wasn't in time to be framed for this Christmas, but it will be for next Christmas, and she'll come out for sure. I started this on the 23rd of August 21, and it's shocking that it's taken me till the 22nd of the 11th 23 to finish her. But there's a lot of stitching in that dress, and I've got 100 other projects. And it was done on 32 count Simmering Azure from Under the Sea fabrics. And I don't know, you can just sort of see the glinting in the sides there. And in person, the glinting in the material actually comes, you probably can't, you won't see it there, but you get a bit of a gleam and a glint come through. There you can see the glint through some of the stitches and gives it an extra sparkle. So I love her. Next was a little one. This is Lucy Beam, designed by Rebecca Nolan. I Will Find You, which I loved. I have changed it slightly, because I am going to use this to make a scissor case for my scissors. If I reach down here, these are my good fabric scissors. These are big fabric scissors, and I changed the colours on the pattern to match them. Oh, and I'm going to come up with like a pouch system that I can slip the whole box in there. I've had those scissors sitting, and I keep them in that box for a long time. My mother-in-law bought me those scissors not long after I started going out with my husband. So they've been around for a while, and I'm finally going to make them a nice case just to slip them in. I started this on the 24th of the 11th and finished on the 16th of the 12th. And as per usual, I forgot, this was before and after of Christmas Elegance, and this is after. I actually I started it in November, but we didn't get the November done, but I thoroughly enjoyed that little one. Those scissors took a while. They're pretty big scissors, but they're going to work a treat for me. Oh, I've still got one more finish. I've got a big one. I do like to finish my new year, new start in the year I stitch it. This year it was Leeds House Sampler from Rosewood Manor. And this is the finished project. Yep, that's very close to what she is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. The colours in there are beautiful. There are 3 blues plus a variegated blue, and 1 green and a variegated green from Sulky Threads. Absolutely beautiful. I found this an extremely peaceful project to work on. May the raindrops fall lightly on your brow. May the soft winds freshen your spirit. May the sunshine brighten your heart. May the burdens of the day rest lightly upon you. May God enfold you in the mantle of his love. It was such a peaceful project to do. And I'm happy I finished it, but I'm a bit sad too, because it was relaxing to actually stitch on it. Before and after. And I think, yeah, that's against the original picture. So I really enjoyed that. So this year, technically, I've had two finishes, two end of year finishes, because I finally finished the 2020 finish of Templar Prophecy. Now, my other new start I can actually show you is Little Sheep Virtues. This is the format or the layout I'll be using, and I started top center. And this is where I've got to... Oh, Debbie wasn't organised. I went to do it a bit earlier and I hadn't put any of my original charts against them because I keep them all here in a pile. So I wasn't as ready as I thought. So that's where I'm up to. That's the second one, the love one. And yep, that's the colour. It's being done on 32 count vintage country mocha we say here. And I started it on the 29th of November. I'm going to look forward to doing that one too. Now we're on to... This is where I'm up to. So I'm up to the... I don't know why I'm pointing with the mouse. Top centre. The love panel. Dear oh dear. And I'll skip past there. Okay, now onto the whips. Ones you've seen long times. Supersize, Stitch in Time, Max Colours, artwork by Aimee Stewart, charted by HAED. Look. It's a beautiful pattern and the only HAED that I've let myself buy. She's out of the Q-snaps. So this, oops. Oh, this left and right. There we go. It's going to be... I'll come a bit closer and move it along. That is the panel I am up to at the moment. Excuse me. Let's try that again. Oh, there we go. Now I can show you where I'm up to. Oh, I should be the one in hospital. I think I'm losing my mind. That is where I'm up to. You can see the lady coming along. She has been a very busy one. There's so many colours in there. I've still got a lot of stitches before I hit the next book. This is my only 2019 start. I can have a look. I don't think I've got any 2020s left, have I? Yes, I do. But I've got two 2020s and then I started 22, so it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Before and after, and they are the right way around. And I think I've also done the current one. That's the before and after of the current section I'm working on. What am I up to next? Now, this, let me have a look. When did I start it? This probably should have been on news. October. No, I started this in November. That's right. I'm doing November and December. This is the Australian flag version 1, Quaker sampler flag from Vivsters, designed by Vivian Powers. Now, Gail from Wombat Hollow Crafts, she has starting a sale on the 26th of this month, 26th of January 2024, for Stitch Your Flag. And Vivian from Vivsters has been designing all the different flags and getting them ready for everyone. A lot of them, I believe a lot of people in that sale. So if you're interested in doing these, you go to Vivsters. But yeah, I've got another one of theirs here. I can get the address. Okay, there we go. Vivsters on Etsy. And she's got a lot of the flags. It's starting on the 26th of our month, because on January, because that's Australia Day and we're in Australia. Like, I started this months ago. I think Gail saw it for the first time on mine, but she's got this sale going and it's really good. And this is where I'm up to. So this is it. I call it the Australian Quaker flag. I started this on the 24th of October. Now I have done, you can just see the stitches lightly there. I have done some grey or white there. I think once all the other colours there, they'll show up all right. This is another one quite enjoyable to do. I used it for a lot of challenges because I had to do so many red stitches, so many blue stitches. So on those challenges, I was quite lucky, really, because quite often the if you didn't have a project, you did penalty stitches in a colour, and I had a lot of projects with colour. So that's where I'm up to compared to where the flag is. I do intend, well, I have been meaning to go back and do all the diamonds, so at least I know how big it is. But it has been fun. It really has been fun. Next we have Browncoat Christmas. Now these are the characters. These are based on the characters from Firefly or the movie Serenity. Think of Kelly from Animal Instincts. She's doing the cats that are dressed as these characters. So it's called Browncoat's Christmas, and they're Christmas decorations. And again, challenges. I've got Mal done on the naughty list. I aim to misbehave. There'll be much mistletoeing, going to deck that special hell or hall. This must be what being jolly feels like, and I've just half finished 2 of them. So I think is there 8 in all? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So I've got plenty of material, but I decided to put them all on the same material. Not quite sure how I'm going to finish it, but they're going to be tight because, yes, I didn't leave a lot of room between them. Okay, before and where I'm at now. So I only had 2 done at the end of October, and now I've got 4 done, and 2 basically I've only got to do the the wording, and that's just them against the original pattern. Next we have Cathedral Woods Goddess from Mirabilia. She's a beauty. She's close to a finish. I'm up to beading. There she is. I am not actually, and you can see I've started, there's some beads in her hair. I've started doing the beading on the front of the dress. There are a lot of beads to go on this lady. I am not stitching the antlers. Let me go up a bit more. I'm not stitching the antlers. I'm not stitching the antlers. It's probably not going to focus because I'm shaking. I've actually got a brass pair of antlers, and I'm going to sew those on and then bead around them. So there'll be an actual big set of antlers on her. That is being done on Mookatite, which is a 32 Wexwood linen, which just means it's an even weave linen. I started her on the 28th of January 2022, and she'll be finished shortly. Before and after. So I got a fair bit done on her, and compared to the original. Next time, hopefully I've got the antlers attached. If it doesn't work, then won't put it on there, and I'll go back and I'll stitch the antlers. But at this stage, that's not my intention. Next we have Emerald Mermaid from Mirabilia. Surprise, surprise. She's lovely. I'm doing this in a sow with DJ Brown, who has a YouTube channel. She's beautiful. She's still on her Q snap still. This is 32 count Opal on the dark side of the moon from Cascades in Australia, no longer operating, and I started her on the 30th of September. And I'll have to put it, I'll put longer sides on now because I was just working on the arm. I hit the skin on Cathedral Woods Goddess, Queen Mermaid, and Christmas Elegance all at the same time, and I thought, well, what the hell, I'll start on skin so I don't all hit them at the at the end again. The greens show up a little bit better in real life. There we go. I think it's going to work out fine. Before and after. So this time I just mainly concentrated on finishing the seaweed that she had in the hand, and where I'm up to where she is. So I'm thinking I'm going to go up to the head and then come back down. That could change, you never know. You never know. Okay, next, Gone to Pieces from Long Dog. Still got 2 long dogs in my whip lips. I got several more waiting to come along. Gone to Pieces. And this is where she is up to. This is being done on 40 count platinum from Picture This Plus. I started on the 14th of March 2023, and I am using the black from Silks For You 070. I have changed the colours, and I will be taking that lighter green out, and I think I'm going to put a slightly darker green in there. Before and after. So I work more in the black in where I had to do purple for a challenge previously, and then compared to the original to see how much, because it's not going to be that, it's not going to be a really big one. When you see where I'm up to, I've only sort of got one more piece up the top. Whoop. So it's not going to be a very big project, so that's good. Okay. Next, Here Lies My Needles from Shakespeare's Peddler. I've always liked this. Here lies my needles, some bent, some broken, some rusty. And you actually put bent, broken and rusty ones on. And this is This is where I am up to. I did change the colour of that top flower, and I started this on the 22nd of September 2023, and it's on a ivory, antique ivory, 32 count. Before and after. So I've done the fox, more of the weird plant and a dark, and that's it compared to the project. Gotta be honest, I'm getting a bit concerned that I may not have put the fabric the right way round, but we'll see how we go. Next, Kringles from Little House Needleworks. If you've been watching my channel, you know I've had a bit of love-hate relationship with this one, but we're back in the love of the project, and it's not got far to go. I finally was working on the roof, and now I'm in the windows, and they are cute as a button. So I finished 4 windows. I've got 3 windows and the front doors to go. Oh, sorry. Only change in this is the vertical bricking wasn't how I would like a brick worker to work my stuff, so I actually changed it to full brick, half brick, full brick, half brick. That's just me being different. So it really hasn't got that much longer to go. I started this, sorry, that's being done on 40 count Meadow Rue, Lakeside linen, and the last restart was the 18th of the 3rd of maybe this year. I'll have to check because I have not written that down. Before and after. I have, in this one, I had all the brickwork was done, Kringles was done, the bottom section was done, but I didn't have a photo of that. I only had the top section I was working on. So I've basically finished off the top 3 windows and a bit of the one below. And compared to, that's the last full photo I had. And the newer photo is the more colour of the fabric, and compared to the actual pattern. So I've got the 4 windows and the bits and pieces around the doorway, and that will be done. Next is from Bella Filapina is Magwayen. She's very, very pretty. She's another that's going to be full of beads. That's the actual packaging. And there she is. You can see the real colours when you get up close. It's only my lighting that's stopping them from showing up. That's the real colour of the fabric, and that's the real colour of all the stitching. I started her on the 23rd of the 1st this year, last year, the 23rd, and she's been done on 32 count Opal, and it was a lucky dip dye. A lucky dip, I think that means a lucky ice dye. So that is the whole bottom section done across the main part of there. So I've only got the top of her to do. Before and after. And compared to the rest of it. So I've still got a fair bit of stitching to do, but the fullness of the dress is done. Next is the Tale Australian. Oh, I was given the conversion Northern Light. I've got it written down. This is from Alexandra Adelaide Needleworks. I loved it when I saw it. This is where I am up to. Oh, that's telling me all my details. Oh, sorry, I'm not as organised today as normal. That's where it's up to. It will fit inside this Q stamp. I started this on the 5th of the 12th, 22. And I did use it for a lot of colour defaults. I hope to get a lot more done on that. So before and after, not as many. Maybe 500-600 stitches. And did I do, yeah, compared to the original. The original picture, of course, is a lot brighter, which is a bit sad, but I sort of didn't notice the difference until, because they look all right on the original, on the stitching, but when you actually look at a proper picture of it, you realise that they're a bit brighter, but it still looks nice. So, we're nearly there. This is Lucaress, peonies, and red apples. And I have always loved this pattern. Let me put something behind it. No, not going to help. There's printed on the back of it. It's a beautiful pattern. Peonies, somewhere it says there, peonies and red apples. Oh. That's what it's called. This is one of those ones you don't realise how nice it actually is until you see it in a picture. I'm losing more light. But the dewdrops on the apples, you really can't see that unless you're from a distance. So I'm working on a big apple at the back there, and then I'll come forward to the rest of it. This has just been done on 40 count white linen, and I started on the 5th of August 2022. Before and after. So mainly working on a lot more of the greenery, and compared to the fall project. As you can see, I've got an apple and some buds at the back, and then another big peony at the front, and a little one in front of it. Okay, next one is quilts from Long Dog Samplers. This was a birthday gift to me from Anne at Hooks on Instagram, excuse me. And this is where I'm up to. That top edge is the top edge of it. I've sort of been working it, like calling that a panel, and then those two panels, and now I'm working on those two panels, and then I'll work on the last two. You've got the horses and the carts and chickens and dogs, and there's cats down here. It's a lovely, lovely pattern. This is being done on 40 count camel from Whoopsie Daisy at Daisy Chain Stitchery in Australia, and I started on the 14th of June 2023. Before and after. And compared to the original project. So you can see once I finish the big house and the row of hearts, because I do it colour by colour, finish across them, I'll then move up to the last one. But while I had thread on my needle, I tried to do the outline, because it's really, if I bring it back, you've got triangles all the way on that outline. So if they're there and you've got the thread on your needle, you can do them. Hopefully I'll put a 4 in there. I think I'll definitely put a 4 in there. I'll get him done this year. Okay, next. Then we've got 2 more. Robin Hood sampler. If you look really closely to the colours in that, you'll notice that mine are not the same. I lost a bit of not interest. I love the pattern because I love Disney's movie, Robin Hood movie. Oodle-laddy, golly what a day. I love it. But when I was kitting it up and looking at it, I put it in using the legend for a mini chart that was also included. So my flowers are not white, they're yellow. I don't suppose it makes much difference, but I was a bit annoyed. But I did get my, these last 2 months, I got bought it to match. So I will do all of those yellow flowers and then I'll come in and do the other 2 trees exactly the same as the 2 that are there, and then finally get to do the fun stuff in the centre. It has been a bit of hard work, but it's what we do. So that's before and after. So basically, as you can see, I basically finished the border around and was so pleased it matched on the first go around. And that's mine compared to the original, and you can see they've got lovely white flowers, but mine are yellow daisies, and that's okay too. Okay. Last cross stitch pattern is Tortoise Tower from Plum Street Samplers. I would have liked to have got this done in December, but it wasn't to be. This is my stack of stuff over here. It's only a little one because I'm doing it on 40 count. And I started on the 20th of August 23. And I've really only got to do the big tortoise on the bottom and I think some grass down there. But the little baby, his little face is done. Come on. Hold still. I'm not going to focus. There we go. His little face is the 1/1. We've got the bee that's on every one of these projects. That is being done on feldspar, 40 count feldspar. Before and after. And that shows how much I've got to do the grass down the bottom and finish the top turtle. Okay, now's the fun stuff. I've had a couple of purchases, but I've had some lovely gifts too. This one was from Kelly at Animal Instincts, and she did, they're eucalyptus flowers, aren't they? It's not bottle brush, they're very the same. Look at it, all with the beading, matching fabric, absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. And her mum and her brother helped her stick these together. I believe their brother enjoyed it very much, and I do appreciate the work done from mum and brother, and of course Kelly, for the beautiful stitching. But isn't that gorgeous? Look at it. Just beautiful. And yeah, Anne sent me goodies in the inside, but you know the goodies are long gone. But look what she did. She's been doing the beautiful stitches for quite a while, so she used them to show us that you can use them for all sorts of things. Look at this work. Isn't that gorgeous? And she's put it on a box. And now I've got scissors and pins and hand cleanser, and she also gave us a couple of iris threads. Beautiful colours. This one's lovely. So it's going to sit beside my chair in the lounge room from now on. And I can bring the DMC one I've got that's sitting in there, I can bring it in here because I was short one box. But look at that. Isn't that magnificent? I love that one. I think I had to do some of them, but yeah, it just shows you can use these. Once you master them, you can use them for anything. And it's gorgeous. Gorgeous. So I've been extremely lucky. Then the lady I work with, my offsider at work, couldn't do without. She gave me. Isn't that gorgeous? It's a lovely little pin cushion with gorgeous pins in it. Which is always nice to get a stitchy thing from a non-stitchy friend. Another one, Sharon, Sydney Stitcher. We hadn't seen each other for a long time. So she did this one for me in 2022, but we didn't get together enough times. So we managed to catch up in early December, I think. Beautiful stitching, Sister Stitcher, which is just beautiful and so beautifully made. Lovely little cushion, nicely stuffed. And while we had our little meet-up, the lovely Michelle from Mitch Stitch gave us all a beaded holiday kit. And look at this, beautiful colour. This is from Country Garden Threads. Cottage Garden Threads. Oh God, come on, you know it. Cottage Garden Threads. This is Lazlo. Isn't it beautiful? Then my cat, Darcy. You all know Darcy. He hasn't come in today. He hasn't come in for a while. But the darling Darcy bought me this. It was so good of him. Look at this. I got this, or he found this on Stitch Unload. I'll take them out. It is a gorgeous box. That is like a needle minder, as with this one is up top. So you put your orts in the top, and you've got room for pens and bits and pieces. You use one of those to sit on the top. The one I chose on the top, of course, is the cat. It's beautiful. Beautifully stitched. I don't know where it come from or who made it, but I absolutely love it. And I was very lucky because the Watsy thing sits in there, the pens and the Watsy pointers I use all sitting there, and it fits all sitting behind me, and your orts are out of sight. Talking of orts, they're my orts from 2023. There's a bell in there this time. I found out one of the cat things, and my husband said to just put it inside it. So that is absolutely rammed full. It's a bit shocking, but I didn't put a tree up this year. First time ever, but it just was not going to happen. So I had lots of little trees up, and we had Christmas at my daughter's house in Canberra, and she had a lovely tree up, so that was good. I've got two lots, and I won't go through them. I'll just show you the beautiful colours. The spun sugar on this one and snips and snails, I think, are gorgeous. Classic Garden, so they're October. They're December's. No, yes, December's. Oh, I don't know where to put you. Weeks Dye Works. October's. And December's. And for Gentle Hearts, the December pack didn't turn up in time, so we'll get them in January. So they're the November ones for come on. Beautiful colours. I think we've only got, I think they finish in January, because the last one in November was Wood Rose, so I think the last lot is in November. I also bought myself, and I'm fully capable of making them, but these are too gorgeous. I got some more grime guards from Kooky Handmaids. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful stitching, and mine will look fine on the outside, but not as good as these on the inside, I can tell you. When I make them for other people, I try hard, but when you do it yourself, you're usually a bit slapstick. So I got 4 more of those. Now, let me have a quick look. I did have photos. Okay, there is the details for Kooky Handmaids. Prompt response, beautiful stitching, lovely choices, and you actually buy what's there, so you know you're not, you know it's in stock. And lovely lady, she actually sent me a little needle threader with them, and I think I've got, yeah, that's when they're nicely put out a bit better, but gorgeous colours. I always seem to go for the purpley blues. Nothing wrong with that though. Then we go back over here, my other delivery, and I'll show you what it looked like when it turned up. Daisy chain stitchery. It actually, you know, comes so beautifully wrapped. That was the box that it came in. So you get a box, beautifully, like I said, laid out so nicely on the inside. I've opened this, so it's not as nice. Let me bung that over there. Now, I can't show you some of what I bought here because they're not for me. So I just love the paper. Beautifully. It's like getting a present even though you paid for it. Forgive the glare. That is Erica Michael's Life is Better Meow. Aren't they cute? And this one is from the Bee Cottage. And it's just called the Bee Pin Cushion. And both of them come with little sparkly things. Oh, probably can't see them in the bee one. And you get the gorgeous little buttons you need in the Erica Michaels. And they are for me. Those patterns, they're mine. The patterns I get to keep. I think that is everything. I didn't mention the Little Sheep Virtues, and here lies my needle. Needles are the last 2 I need to complete for the 6 for 60. I didn't make them in 2023, so I'm going to make it. I don't turn 61 till June, so I'm giving myself to June to finish those, hopefully. Now that's with I've got them all listed here. There they are. Sally, at Stitchy Sally on Facebook and Instagram. Kim at Contented Needleworker on Flosstube and Instagram, and Lainey Main, Lainey from Lainey Main, and she's on Instagram. They're the names I know that are a part of that sale, so hopefully I'll have them finished before I turn 61. Anyway, it's a pity Darcy didn't come in and say hello. Next weekend we will have 3 cats in the house and a dog in the yard, which will be fun. Darcy won't find it fun, but he just has to, he has to get used to his cousins. So that'll be quite interesting. But it is Sunday today, Sunday the 7th. In the next couple of days, I hope to pin up the last of the projects that weren't shown on here, and yes, there's a few more, and I'll do a quick whip parade, comparing from start to the end of the year, and hopefully put that up a bit shorter. But not much stitching. It's the 7th day in the month. I have stitched on 2 projects. One of them is a very old, it's one of those ones that it's there in colour, and it's got the colour chart down the bottom. It's sort of, instead of paint by numbers, you stitch by colour. I got it years ago when I had a lot of appointments with Tim. So you only need like the project and your threads. You don't need to look at a pattern or anything, because you stitch them by the colour. I lost it for quite some time. I had to take Mum to an appointment recently, and I was looking for something else, and I found it again. So I just put it in my handbag, and it's been a godsend. Going up, go up morning, afternoon, and then afternoon, evening with Tim, to break up his day a bit. I've been able to at least stitch in that, but I've been doing that. And then last night I needed some stitch, and so the emu, my old emu, he got some stitches in. Anyway, like I said, Happy New Year. I hope you all had a lovely Christmas. I hope 2024 is good to all of us, and I can only hope things look good for everyone. I have got my summary stitches for 2023, and I managed a total of 323,929. And every time I see that, I think to myself, wouldn't that be great if I'd had them all in the HAED? It's not going to happen, but would have been great. Now, I'm not 100% the next one is correct, because going here, I did not have, I didn't have I Will Find You listed as a finish. So, I think, and like I said, I'll fix it, I'll double check for the whip parade. I bought forward 26 from 2022. I had 41 starts, I had 38 finishes, so I think I have 29 to carry forward to 2023. So that's not too bad, coming out with only 3 more than last year. So again, thanks for watching. I will try and get a whip parade done, and now I'm not waiting for challenges to be put out for a while. I should be able to finish the project. As I finish the project stitching for the month, put it straight on the board, so at the end of the month I should be able to just come in and do the video straight away, and I won't be freaking out about not being able to stitch on something, because not being able to do the stitch on something because I haven't done the video yet. So all the best, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Thank you, bye.